Good morning, everybody. We have a higher trade across the board in the grain markets here early on Tuesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. July corn futures up 8 3/4 at 661 1/4. December corn is up 6 3/4 at 544. July soybeans up 10 cents at 1597 1/2. November soybeans up 8.5 cents at 1405 1/2. July Chicago wheat up 4 cents at 703 3/4. July Kansas City wheat up 6.5 at 658 3/4. The spring wheat market is up 6 to 7 cents. Thank you for listening. If you guys are checking this out on the podcast, always appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like these videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm up to 1,900 subscribers. I'm pushing toward that 2,000 mark. That's the goal here over the next few weeks. So if you're watching the videos, you like the videos, but you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I offer a subscription service, which includes my morning email. That goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It includes my text message service, which goes out. There's 2 or 3 texts sent out a day typically. There's 2 market updates, and then if I have a subscriber-only video or some additional content, or there's a USDA report, you'll be alerted of that via text message. I did a video yesterday for subscribers regarding the implications of larger corn acreage on the balance sheets, and there's some pretty interesting stuff there. I went through a few different scenarios in detail, so if you're interested in some more in-depth type stuff, certainly check out that subscription deal. To get into the headlines this morning, we had our crop progress report out from USDA yesterday. The U.S. corn crop is 80% planted versus 67% last week and 68% on average, so we're well ahead of schedule here. Iowa and Minnesota lead the pack among major corn growing states. Iowa is 95% done. Minnesota is 96% done. Illinois is 86% done. Indiana is 62% in corn. Ohio 39%. Nebraska 86%. South Dakota 86%. North Dakota 63% done in corn. Kansas 67% done. Missouri is 84% done. Where we're seeing some slower progress is in the far eastern corn belt. You look at Ohio at only 39%. They've had some wet weather. That's an issue. Soybean crop 61% planted versus 42% last week and 37% on average, way out ahead of schedule here. Minnesota has been the quickest of any major soybean growing state, 88% of their crop planted. Illinois is 71% done. Iowa's 83% done. Indiana 50%. Ohio 29%. Nebraska 71%. South Dakota 66% done with soybeans. Kansas 43%. Missouri 36%. Down in the Delta, Arkansas 60%. Louisiana 45%. Mississippi 72% done with beans. That crop 20% emerged versus 10 last week and 16 on average. U.S. winter wheat ratings fell last week. The crop is rated 48% good to excellent nationally as of Sunday versus 49 last week and 54 on average. These ratings will come up here the next couple of weeks. We saw some really nice rains across HRW wheat country in the southern plains in particular, but the ratings were down as of Sunday. That winter wheat crop is 53% headed versus 38 last week, 58 on average. The U.S. spring wheat crop is 85% planted versus 70% last week and 71% on average. Planting is ahead of schedule largely due to dry or drought conditions in key northern spring wheat areas, including North Dakota and western Minnesota. The crop's 47% emerged versus 29 last week and 36 on average. There is some rain for spring wheat country in the extended forecast, and I would imagine that that's why spring wheat was down yesterday. Later in the month, like the last 5 or 6 days of May here, there's a good chunk of North Dakota, western Minnesota that's supposed to see some rain, and during a drought, rain forecasts fail very often, but that is what is in the forecast here this morning. China bought more new crop U.S. corn yesterday. Pretty impressive stuff here. USDA confirmed yet another flash sale, 1.7 million metric tons of U.S. corn to Chinese buyers for new crop delivery. China has been a very aggressive buyer of new crop U.S. corn as of late. Total purchases for the new crop marketing year are at least 6.8 million metric tons that we're aware of. I don't even think we were at 1 million metric tons to China at this point last year. So China is taking advantage of an inverse in the market. I suppose they're buying cheaper new crop corn versus buying more expensive old crop corn. I believe U.S. exporters at this point have a record book of new crop sales seasonally, or at least very close. Corn shipments were strong last week, 1.89 million metric tons of corn shipped out. That's above the pace needed to hit even a USDA target that's been revised to the upside last week. Some people would argue that corn exports could actually exceed that USDA target if this sort of pace were to continue. We've now shipped 67% of USDA's full marketing year target for corn. I think we've shipped 90% of the target for soybeans. Brazil's got a little bit more rain in the forecast. Key southern corn growing areas in particular will catch some late season rains during the next couple of weeks. This may be too late for the earlier planted stuff, but there was a lot of late planted corn that could probably still be helped here. The trade continues to debate the size of this second and larger corn crop in Brazil. We saw the government estimates last week. CONAB's still up at like 106 and change. USDA was at 102. The private groups are 95 to 100. So that's still kind of a debate here. U.S. soybean processing fell sharply in April. NOPA reported that its members crushed only 160.3 million bushels of soybeans. That was down 10% versus March. It was down 6.7% versus the same month last year. The downturn is being blamed on processor maintenance and tight soybean stocks. You could also just say that this is, rationing here. We're finally seeing some rationing in processing. I don't know if plants are having trouble procuring beans. That certainly would not be a surprise. The cattle market yesterday was kind of a mixed bag. We had some gains in some of the feeder cattle contracts, like August feeders were up $1.60, but the nearby stuff not as good. Fat cattle were mixed. The box beef market was up sharply again yesterday. Choice boxes up $2.68 at $319.62. Select boxes up $3.70 at $296.89. In the outside markets, we've got the S&P up about 10 points. The Dow's up 83. Gold and silver just a little bit higher. The U.S. dollar is down and is trading, I believe, its lowest level since February, or pretty close to it. So some weakness in the dollar here. Crude oil is up 20 cents, 66.47 in the June WTI. Bonds are mixed. Everybody have a wonderful day today. I will talk to you same time tomorrow morning.